Okay, so moving on to our third category. And previously we were looking at the unrealized profit and loss. Now, for reference, unrealized profit and loss metrics tend to be a lot slower because they're showing you the existing, 88% of coins held off exchanges. What are those investors? What's their current position? Think about unrealized profit and loss as the incentive. When someone's in a lot of profit or in a lot of loss, the probability they're going to do something increases. But probably the more important question, and quite often something that really does move markets around a lot more kind of fast paced, is did they actually do anything about that? So on any particular day, about 5% of the circulating supply transacts. Now, some of those are obviously coins that get spent multiple times, but each of those coins that's spent has a signature. What was the profit that it locked in? What was the cost basis that it came from? How long was it held for? So when we move into the realized category, the spending, the volume side of the equation, we're looking at a much smaller proportion of coins, but these are the ones that actually took action. And quite often, these are the ones that create the change in markets. It's a change to the unrealized profit or loss state. So the first one we're looking at is SOPR. So SOPR is a very popular metric. It's actually the sibling to MVRV. SOPR is the spent version of MVRV. MVRV is the unrealized profit or loss. SOPR is the realized profit or loss, how much was actually locked in. And again, we're using a very, very similar 30-day moving average, right? Relative to the 1 year. Just looking at periods when profitability declines, and you can see here, SOPR again is quite responsive. We get a crossover right before the nasty sell-off here in May 2021, and we never actually really recovered that positive momentum from the all-time high. So it gave us a bit of a signal and then said, nope, actually, it's negative momentum all the way through until January 2023. So it's telling us, when does profitability of the people who are spending? This is deep panic when you've got very negative or SOPR values below its 1 year moving average, and profit, right? That some of that optimism and profit taking and capital inflows and these things that really signify that the market is in a more positive space. So again, we are in a regime of positive momentum. We found one retest of that 1 year moving average. It's coming back and looks like it wants to do it again. Remember that SOPR pulling back is telling us that the amount of profit taking is slowing. During uptrends, quite often this will form a degree of support. If, on the other hand, it doesn't form support and really breaks through, it again tells us a story that there just isn't enough inflowing demand to soak up that profit taking.